Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. Today I wanted to come back and say hello to you. I think you have missed me. It's quite a long time since I posted. Yeah, today I'm wearing a cape. Yeah, you're used to seeing my hair without a cape. My audience in India knows this cape very well, especially where I used to work. So, what's happening to me? What's wrong with me? Why am I not posting? Hmm? So what's really happening right now? Actually, there's a big change in adapting from one place to another, geographically, and other things. You know, yeah, like in India, what used to happen to me to change from that state, that life to this life. This is a new country to me because for quite a long time I had not been to my home country, so there's a lot of difference. You can understand this. Now, I came out here today to talk to you about the main differences between which I've just found between Kenya and India. Yeah, as far as which are affecting me. Yeah, and I think can affect anybody from that part of the world, not in a bad sense, but in a good sense. Yeah, currently I'm not posting a lot of technical videos. I actually have not posted any technical video. I think I posted once. Yeah, about tau particles, and since then I have not. Okay, the reason due to that, I gave you one before. My previous video I told you I wasn't getting a lot of views, so I decided, well, this is not the path to go for now. Of course, I've not given up on that. But today I want to talk about the main difference that I found out since I left India and I'm in Kenya right now. What's the real difference? It depends how you're going to look at it. From how am I adapting, like if you talk about India, what I used to do, like I used to wake up because of the population. Well, okay, let me say this. This is a bit laid back as far as I'm concerned. From where I am, I've not moved around to see how life goes on and so on, how fast people move around here and how people move in India. But it's a bit slow here in the sense that I don't wake up very early in the morning, and I'm not that very active that the way I used to be in India because of the population there, and there is a lot of competition there. Like even for a tap where I was staying, I told you I had to wake up around 3 o'clock and then make sure that the earliest bird catches the worm. Otherwise, you not have space. Living in a communal place, like there were two toilets there, I remember. I don't remember, that's what it is actually. And when you enter inside, at least 2 minutes later, somebody's knocking the door, come on. So you have to do it fast, you know what I mean? So, come on. So, and as far as the taps are concerned, the main reason why I used to wake up early is because that's the only way I could get water, which comes between that time and 6 o'clock. And after that, the taps are dry until some time. Otherwise, you have to use a motor. And when you're using a motor, you have to use electricity. So there was that push to wake up early, start early before anybody's up. But here I don't do that. For example, there is no hurry, there's no push. Water is available there, you go and take it from the tank or from the taps and you take shower. There are so many people are not here. Really, you can compare the population of these two countries, right? From 50 million people, which is the population of Kenya, to 1.5 billion people, 1.4, I think, 1.4 billion people in India. So it's a heavily congested place in India. Here it's not. When you walk out there, you don't even see, you see 2-3 people in the street. Then I remember when I used to walk in the street in India, like in Chani Chowk, you literally have to push people. If somebody's stepping on you, pushing aside, tell you walk fast. Nothing like that is here. So trying to adapt to a place like look costly a bit for me. Like I'm used to where I was seeing so many people in India, I go to Gurudwara there, I see lots of people, Central Bombay, wherever, people everywhere. In a way, it instills some kind of security when there are so many people. Now, when you're in a place where there are very few people, then you've been a little bit insecure in a way that even one of my neighbor here asked me, "Why don't you walk out?" I told, "This is my habit from India. I never used to walk around, right?" Now, that's the main thing, that there's not so many people here. Like there, nobody is pushing you. You can see one or two people here and there. It's sparsely populated, I mean. So trying to adapt to this, even talking to, you have to call somebody from a distance and say, "Hey, hello, how are you?" It's not like in India, people are just everywhere. You can talk to next people everywhere, It's that's what I'm finding different here. And of course, there are other geographical things or climatic things that you have to look into. The people, Now, of course, this being my hometown, my home country, people to people, nobody calls me names when I'm walking there. I'm a mingle. I mean, I'm one of them. Doesn't feel anything odd. I'm talking from where I am. I'm not going very far. When I go far, then I'll be able to give more details about this. So I was talking about adaptability, what I do, like, for example, in India, when I was very active, I have to take shower every day. I'm not saying I'm not taking shower, but it's not so much necessary because climate-wise, it's not so hot like in India in summertime. And in winter, even in India, I used to see people take 2-3 days to take shower in India when it's winter, like in December. In January, it's cold, really extremely cold, and people have to take hot showers there. Yeah, actually, there's no need to take hot shower. Water is okay, it's normal, you can just take shower right off the bat. There's nothing like warming the water up. Yeah, so, and lots of differences are there, of course, when you talk of climate. If you have never ever been to Kenya, this is a place sometimes, not all the time. Like now, rain has gone down. That it had been raining every day, every day, every day. Rains a lot here, really. In India, you only see rain once a year, and this is what we call monsoon. And it comes in July. Sometimes I used to see, sometimes rain used to come only once. It will rain one day. That's it. You not, and intermittent in between by chance, like in Delhi. I used to see some drizzles, some rain will come abruptly, not so common, there's no rain. But here is a place where it rains really. When it rains, it rains. Okay? So that's it about climate in where I am. But if you go to the lake region where I come from, the western there's a lot of rain because we have 5 types of rain there. I remember from before even I went to India, and still it's the case right now. We have convectional rain, relief rain, Congo westerly rain. Yeah, 3 types. There's monsoon, the westerly, and there's relief rain, convectional rain from Lake Victoria, and I think there are 5. Like now, I heard there was something like El Nino. I don't know what that is. Just to hear about in America or South America, I don't know. So that's the main difference. And now we can talk due to that. There's not so much India. There's too much dust. Is there really dust everywhere? You'll find dust. This place you can hardly see dust. There is no dust at all because of the, I don't know, maybe the climate, the soil, the texture of the soil, the number of people, I don't know, but there's no dust here at all, really. That's something can give. I mean, the main difference I'm finding that I really used to soak in dust in India. Dust is everywhere. There's too much dust is there, but there's no dust here. So I told you about monsoon, which used to come to India. I remember Yamuna, is it called Yamuna River? Was really something historical. Not really historical, something, an event. When rain comes, you see all the TV stations, they come there to gauge how much water is flowing in Yamuna and all that. It's a big deal. It's a sacred river because People come and throw things there, religious thing. You understand? I mean, from the religious point of view, they throw things there for whatever reasons. I don't know the culture about that, but somebody told me that, for example, if somebody had passed on and the cremation ash, they pick it and they throw to that river, and some of the remnants of that person or something like that, religious, cultural, I mean, not religious, cultural, and maybe religion at the same time, because the Muslims don't do that, the Hindus do. And yeah, so it was something, and that's the only river I actually was seeing around. I wasn't seeing any other river around, at least for Delhi, because when I remember traveling to the south, I saw a lot of rivers, to Andhra Pradesh, to Tamil Nadu. You see even the Indian Ocean in Bombay as well, the Indian Ocean there. In between, you'll see rivers, of course. India is a large place, a subcontinent. So you travel to the north, if you go to Simla, very cold ice, I don't know, Arunachal Pradesh, I don't remember, the northern extreme, where you see really ice. I remember I went to Kulu Manali, and I remember the symbol on the way when we were going to Kulu Manali, say, "Welcome to the Valley of the Gods." Really strange. And I remember we entered the tunnel. I didn't know it was a tunnel, so all of a sudden light disappeared. Then I realized we were inside a tunnel for a very long tunnel. Then we came out on the other end, and light came, shine. There was light. And it's really a valley. When you look down there, the roads are just, meandering. In geography, call it meandering, making like snake cycles around the hills. And when you look down there, you say, if by any chance this thing was rolled down those hills, what will be left? Down there, you'll see the water. I don't know, that's called the Ganges River or something like that. Then you go to the Kulu Manali, now you see the hills, but you don't see them because the smoke is smoke like clouds, really like clouds covering everything. And it's totally very cold place. I remember that, for example. So when you go to the extreme south, like to Goa, and then it's totally hot and warm there, and so it's quite a big place. India is a big country. It's a subcontinent, so you cannot localize a climate and say this is what India is. When you go to different parts, you experience different kind of weather conditions. And of course, when I'm talking about Kenya and India, that's exactly what I mean. That if I'm here, like in Nairobi, it's not the same as when I've been in Kisii or in Mombasa. It will be different, but generally speaking, there are things that are very common. Like there, I used to see a lot of dust, but I remember when I went to Kulu, there was no dust. So I cannot say also that this is in Delhi particularly, and I think in Rajasthan where you find a lot of cyclones. Yeah, and it used to be really a problem because now if you keep your things somewhere within 1 or 2 days, dust is all over the place. Well, it depends also where you are staying. Even in Delhi, if you are staying like in South Delhi, high-end place, it's well shielded. This is I'm talking of the northern part of Delhi. So, how about the environment? How does it look? Here is totally green. It's green. That is understandable. We are from the equatorial region. It's green all over. When you walk around, it's green all over the place. That is not really the case in Delhi or in India, but I remember when I went to Goa, on my way to Goa, I saw a lot of green also. I will not say there's no green in India. There's quite a lot, especially before you reach Panjim. There's a region in there between. Panjim is the capital city of Goa. Before that, I saw a lot of forest here and there, a lot, really. Actually, even in a way, I thought that climate, I remember the time I arrived one time, I went separately to Goa. There was a lot of rain, and I could hardly see the trees and the forest there. So, But there's no way you can compare that climate to this because, for example, the temperatures here are between certain ranges that are quite accommodating, that between maybe 15 to 27 maximum centigrade. Not in India, the extremes. For example, in summer, to go up to 50 degrees centigrade, melting literally. In winter, it will go very cold, even up to 4 or even to 0. It depends where you are actually in India. Yeah, it's quite a big place. And there's not a lot of green where I was, but okay, here you cannot really make a comparison when it comes to green. Kenya is really green, or Africa, for example, for that matter. So you can't compare the two. And in terms of population, I've told you really, the population is something else in India. There's quite a lot of people. You can hardly walk before somebody will push you or tell you, and they walk very fast. Something about Indian people. This is something I really used to wonder. They always, they walk fast. But I think even in Kenya, if you go to the cities, Nairobi city, there people walk, even run. I haven't gone there, but that's what I used to see before. People walk fast. Maybe I'm just carrying a single isolated case and applying it widely, like say people walk fast. Maybe like I remember when I went to Haryana, like Panipat or even Punjab, Chandigarh, I didn't see people walking fast there, but in Delhi, particularly in Delhi, people walk fast, and you can understand as a capital city, people walk fast and people are many. So the population density is very high in India. You have to squeeze between the people. And somebody made a funny joke, said India, there's no theft. Why? The reason why there's no theft in India is because there are so many people like these people who snatch and run. You can't, where do you run to? I saw one guy who snatched a phone in India, in Chanichok. And he was trying literally to run through people, even me, I grabbed him. And he peeled off. He managed to go, and he was running with the mobile, he snatched from a lady. But the thing is that it's very minimal because people are many there. There's no such theft there. You can't survive it. You'll be held within no time. The people who those kind of thieves are not there. I don't mean that it's very good, because I remember there's a time that I was accosted, attacked rather, when I went to Reno Beach. And I was having a bag, and there were two guys, and I had to struggle with them. So it's no place where it's paradise, but it's life, anywhere in the city, or it's a society. But I'm not saying India is a really good place in terms of humanity. People are very humane. You cannot live hungry in India. People give you food. They say, "Oh, eat. Come on, come, take tea. Have you eaten? Do you want water? Some tea?" Something very social they have. And if you say you want, really, it's going to give you tea. And if you tell anybody there that, "Oh, I'm hungry," "Oh, you're not, no, have something." They are really social. There's always something positive about some people, So people, it depends from what perspective you're really looking at that. That is a society, and it's a good society when you consider certain facts, What I have told you before, what I never used to, if you watch my videos, what I didn't like about India and what I liked about it. So I'm not going to repeat it myself over and over again. So I was talking about the population. Yes, density is too high. And also you can talk about the cultural aspects of the Indian people. There is different here. Like I remember when I walk around, I see how people, okay, we wear, like the way men wear here. It's the way men wear in India, but there there's kurta pajamas, there are saris there, and all types of clothes, which to me looks very decent for a lady to wear, But here, No, people wear tight clothes. They don't wear saris here, and I don't think it's popular. They are here, but nobody even buys them. People want, modern Western, Western people are Westernized here. So I can say that. And about what else? Humility I've talked about, and what about the religious aspect? Of course, different. Like in India, you find there are Christians there, but there are very few. Mostly you find Muslims. There are not also many, but it's totally a Hindu country. There are a lot of it's Hindu. I think about 80%, if not 90%, are Hindus in India. So the rest, the minority groups are there. So there are all lots of festivals there, which you can't see here. There's a time I used to walk around, you find people eating food being served everywhere. Even now, if you go there, you go to Mandil, food is being given free. Gurudwaras eat free, Or even in the street, there's I don't know Dharamsala, I don't know the name they used to call it, Dharamsala or something. You find puris. There's a specific type of food which is very popular in India. They call puri. You find it everywhere. If you wanna eat it, it's very oily food like baked and with powder, I think, something like that. And then they serve you with some kind of katoris. They call it katoris, where there's some sort of beans like dal or something which is mixed. I don't know, and it's cooked, and then you eat free. Really, that you're not paying. I mean, and they were used to be frequent. So it's a way of life there, and there are a lot of festivals. There are really almost in 1 year. There are more than I think 20 so many. I know I can't count them. I'm not exaggerating, but there are many. But the main ones are Diwalis and Holi, which I never really used to like because of crackers. They burst crackers, do everywhere. You see crackers, and even once asked what is the meaning of that. They said that it's about the gods. I don't know, the lighting of the sky and stuff like that. I don't know. But in this global warming, the government came down heavily on those guys and said, come on, you have to stop this culture because of global warming. And they restricted those crackers. So there are certain limits they allow it. And if you go beyond that, you are arrested. They really went hard on crackers, and it became a bit friendly. Like you literally joke after Diwali. The smoke, the carbon monoxide is all over the air, You wake up with sore throat. So this is one thing, and the sound decibels go to very high, over 70. You hear that your ears have simply torn apart, So I never used to like those crackers, and somebody will come and put a very heavy one on your door just to make you know that there is a cracker. So that's one, and then the another one that I never used to like it, just for simple reason, it's holy. They throw a lot of paint and they color your clothes and your hair and all that. But the other holidays, I found them very friendly, like the one they call Dussehra, burning of effigies, and that's okay. So there is a country which has a lot of holidays. There are so many holidays, all holidays, and holidays and holidays. And what about the people? The people there are very sharp. That's one thing you can say about Indians. Indians are not a joke. They're really sharp people, and they they really make things happen. So that's one society. When you live there, you really see that these people are very tough in the brain, like the way they can manufacture things around, and you just see them doing it. Yeah, that's one thing you can give them credit, but China is there, and they're also the neighbors who are even more. So, actually, what is funny, there's India, there's China. China is is like a godfather to these countries there, because you can see even the GDP of China and India. That's about $20 trillion. It's about 3 point something trillion dollars India's. So there's no comparison in GDP. range. And you can imagine that most of the things you are used to find in Chani Chowk, that's a big central electronic market in Delhi, were coming from China. So in terms of competition, that doesn't mean India can't manufacture. India manufactures. If you buy something made in India, like even you buy, like I will show you something which I'm using. This one I bought that there. This is a USB and it's called ERD. ERD. It's a very good USB, totally original. I have only one. I just made a mistake and I brought many. It's very, very durable, and there is a adapter. It's adapter. It's a company when I bought it. It's 375 rupees. This is made in India. It's not from China. And I'll show you Chinese. Just hold on, you're not showing my hand for a second. This is Chinese. This I think is Chinese. I'm not very sure. Let me see. It's written here. It's called Collins Fast Charger. No, I'm not able to read it. Actually, it said make. It's not written where it's made in. The inputs. No. They have not shown, but I suspect that it must be made in. It's written make. This also Indian, I think. This is Indian. Double USB. Double. But Chinese also are there, and quite a range of them. So you'll find Indian one. You know, when Modi took over, he said India has to manufacture. And the India manufactures a lot, really. Like this is a neckband. This neckband is called Boat. This is Indian. This company is Indian and it's very, very good. Very durable. When you charge it once, it can go for even 2 days before you charge, and you're using continuously. And it's Indian made. This is India. So technology is there. And this one, I think, this adapter, this is a power bank, this is Chinese. So that you can see that competition is there for what is from China, what is from India. You can also find from Malaysia. Malaysia is not far behind. I never used to see it from Singapore, but you can find Malaysia and where else? Taiwan. So that region, there's a lot of technology, especially in electronics. But China, you can understand, China is ahead with everything. It's not only electronics. China is manufacturing even, you know, what is China actually? It's a world factory. So India is next. So you can see the competition there. It's quite intense. Yeah, so in terms of people, I don't mean Kenya. Kenya has now come up. Kenya is not a joke in Africa or even in the world. You can see the country that where M-Pesa was originated. You know, technology is really high range here. Literally, Kenya is manufacturing everything from bikes, name it. The only thing that maybe which you will not find here are planes, which I think very soon might be here. But they are not far away. South Africa, you find South Africa designing aircraft also. So in terms of technology, you can't, of course, compare India and Kenya. India is really tech country. Heavy technology is there in all aspects. But what I'm trying to say is that Kenya is not far behind. It's not even behind. Because when you talk of green energy, I think Kenya is far ahead. So there are certain aspects you can compare, say, what is the difference between this and that. And there is a miniaturized. You find technology trickling down to the common man in the street, trying to repair something, trying to fix a TV there, yeah, of course they are there. I've not walked around to see much of this. So people to people, well, yeah, and I'm not gonna make a big distinction between these two. I think technology-wise, it's all good here and there. I think literally it's almost same in terms of technology. People are really techy also. Now let's talk about food. Food. Yeah, ugali. Me, for example, where I come from Kisti. So sorry, some noises come from outside. People are talking. Food. I eat ugali, basic food, and sukuma wiki, vegetable. In India, I used to eat roti, but I never liked roti because roti is just chapati. You know what's chapati? It's but drier. You eat it something they call sabji vegetable. Hey, kya leva hii? They kinda, these are my Indian people, so today I've forgotten to talk to you in Hindi. Most of my subscribers, 80 or 95% are Indian, you know. I've been talking English throughout. Unfortunately, most of them don't know English. I mean, good English, I'm saying. People know English, of course, but most people they prefer to speak in Hindi. So, क्या हाल है भाई? अभी मैं वीडियो बना बहुत टाइम हो गया अभी वीडियो ने अपलोड नहीं होगा इधर बहुत फ़र्क है इंडिया केन्या में बहुत फ़र्क है क्लाइमेट पीपल टू पीपल कांटेक्ट बहुत डिफरेंस है बहुत है हम एडजस्टिंग थोड़ा थोड़ा एडजस्ट फिर हमसे वीडियो बनाओ बढ़िया बढ़िया वाला ना टेक वीडियो और मैं जाऊँगा उधर मैं वीडियो बनाओ नैरोबी में अभी मैं पहुँच गया इधर इधर भी मैं वीडियो बनाओ नहीं है घूमता नहीं है भाई इस टाइम अभी बहुत बिजी है थोड़ा मैं वेबसाइट अभी एंगेज आई मीन डिज़ाइनिंग अभी थोड़ा बिजी है धीरे धीरे मैं वीडियो बनाओ प्लीज़ स्टे इन टच स्टे tuned. I bring you back your videos very soon. Okay. Yes, man. I'm trying to speak to my Indian people a bit Hindi so they know I'm with them. Shout out, bro, in Gandhinagar. When my friends are there, they're wondering where I went. Kyale me Kenya beda via Gandhinagar ne घूमता उधर काम नहीं है समझ गया काम नहीं बिल्कुल अभी मैं केन्या पहुंच गया केन्या बेटा नैरोबी में I'm telling them I'm staying in Nairobi right now, not in where market where I used to operate a lot, selling things, stuff, you know, Gandhinagar. I'm telling them I'm no longer there. They're wondering where I am. So in terms of food, India they have a lot of variety of food, really a lot. We are remember there's thali, there is roti, chapati, which is very basic, and the rice is there. Apart from that, they have all kinds of varieties. They mix them here and there. I'm not a good cook, so I cannot say what the compositions. It's the same food, but cooked differently. Like double roti, we have chapati, we have naan, butter naan, very nice, tasty roti. The kind of rotis they make there. And rice also cooked differently. We have pilau, and others. I'm not a good cook. That's quite a variety. Here also there's food, but now the difference is spicy. The food there is too spicy. Here is less spicy. Actually, no spicy at all. Sometimes I have to